Hello, I'm Caede, your guide. I'm going to take you to the Kinkakuji Temple, a very famous sightseeing spot in Kyoto. It's a bit of a walk, but please do your best to follow me. The Kinkakuji is a Buddhist temple founded in 1397 by Ashikaga Yoshimitsu, the shogun of that time. The temple is famous for its name Kinkakuji, but the official name is actually Rokuonji. The Kinkaku is a golden pavilion on the grounds of Rokuonji. This is the building where the remains of Buddha are kept. However, the golden pavilion is so wonderful, the Rokuonji is commonly known as the Kinkakuji or Golden Pavilion Temple. The temple's official name, Rokuon, refers to Sarnath near Varanasi, India, where Buddha first delivered his sermon. Sarnath is written as Rokuon in Chinese. Roku means deer and On means garden. Because there were a lot of deer in Sarnath, the area was named Rokuon, the garden of deer. Yoshimitsu, the founder of the Kinkakuji, took Rokuon-in as his Buddhist name. Originally built as a mountain villa, Kinkakuji was first called Kitayama-den, or North Mountain Palace, but after Yoshimitsu's death, it became a temple by his will and was called Rokuonji after his Buddhist name. The temple was registered as a component of UNESCO World Heritage Site Cultural Properties of the ancient capital of Kyoto in 1994. More than 5 million tourists from all over the world visit the temple every year, making it a can't-miss tourist spot in Kyoto. What kind of person was Ashikaga Yoshimitsu? Born in 1358, Yoshimitsu became the third shogun of the Muromachi shogunate at the age of 11. However, he retired from the shogunate at the young age of 36, and at the age of 37, he became ordained as a monk. Then he started building his villa, Kitayama-den here, creating what he imagined paradise or heaven to be like. He retired and became a monk, but Yoshimitsu still held the power to run the country, and he conducted his politics from this Kitayama Dam. This was the center of the politics. It was such an important place. Can you imagine it? Yoshimitsu's focus was on trade with China, or the Ming Dynasty at the time. Even now, trade with China is still very important. In 1402, Yoshimitsu restarted trade with Ming Dynasty. In the trade with China, what Japan exported was copper. Copper indeed used to be available in Japan, but because of this trade, there was a chronic shortage of copper. And Japan used to import silk. When silk was sold in Japan, Yoshimitsu made a lot of money. Some of that money was used to build this villa. The Ming Dynasty in China said that Yoshimitsu was a king of Japan and pampered him, so he entertained China envoys at the Golden Pavilion. It also had a role as a guest house. Whenever there was no money left in the country, they made new laws to make more money. The most interesting new law was the first liquor tax in Japan. Yoshimitsu was the first person to impose a tax on alcohol. Without him, there may have been no liquor tax in Japan. It's sad. Yoshimitsu loved this place so much that he lived here in Kitayama-den until he died at the age of 51. There are no buildings left of that time, but there were many other buildings. Here's a little story about the temple's chief priest. Every temple in Japan has a priest. The chief priest is the top monk of the temple. There are a number of monks in one temple. The current priest of Kinkakuji is a very great monk who has been the priest of 3 temples, Kinkakuji, Shokokuji, and Ginkakuji, since 1995. Of course, monks are human beings who need money to live. That's why they receive a monthly salary from the temple. The salary varies depending on the size of the temple, the location, and other factors. But on average, a monk in his late 30s earns about 6 to 7 million yen a year. The average salary of a salaryman of the same age in Japan is about 3 to 5 million yen. It's a surprisingly good salary, isn't it? The chief priest of Kinkakuji, it is said, receives a combined salary of about 30 million yen for the 3 temples. And if you were a famous monk or priest, in addition to your salary, you get an autograph fee when you sign your name in ink on a hanging scroll or something. It's the same concept as the autographs of famous soccer players and actors. The chief priest of Kinkakuji Temple is a famous monk, so it is said that he receives about 50,000 yen for each autograph. He received 200 million yen for his autographs over a period of 3 years until 2009. And then it became public news that he hadn't declared this 200 million yen income for taxation. Whoops! Normally, the money received by temples as offerings is exempt from taxation, but the money received by individuals is taxable because it is their personal income. I wonder if he actually didn't know that. Quite the careless priest. Now let's get back to Kinkakuji. After passing through the approach to the temple and past the map on the right, you will see the main gate. At the entrance of this gate, there is a list of 5 things you must not do in the temple grounds. It's like the 10 commandments of Moses. Let's start with the first one. First, do not kill anything that has life in it. No killing. Second, do not take what is not given to you. Don't covet all kinds of things. Third, don't commit adultery. Be faithful, please. Fourth, do not give false words. Do not tell lies. Fifth, do not become addicted to alcohol and neglect your duties. Don't drink. Please. After passing through the main gate, you will see a bell tower on your left that was used to tell the time. It's not used to tell the time anymore, but you can sometimes ring it for a fee. The sound of a bell is soothing, isn't it? The building in front of the belfry is called Kuri, which was built in the 15th century and generally served as a kitchen. But until the late 20th century, it was also used as a lodging house. That's why you can still see the tub at the entrance. Now it is a place where you can practice sutra copying. So if you are interested, please ask at the ticket counter. Further on, there is a place where you can pay the entrance fee. The bill that serves as the entrance ticket is very beautiful, so let me explain it here. In the middle of the upper row, you can see the Kinkaku-ji, or the Golden Pavilion. On the right side of the top, Kai-un Shoufuku is written, which means to open up your luck and inviting good fortune. It helps you improve your luck in all things. On the left side of the upper says Kanai Anzen, means to pray for the safety and health of whole family. In the middle of the bottom says Goshugo, means protection. On the right of the bottom, Kitayama Kyoto is written, which is the name of this area. On the left of the bottom says Rokuon Zenji, which is the official name of Kinkakuji. And at the bottom and horizontal writing is Nyoi Kisho. It means I wish you good luck. It's a good luck charm, so please display it in your home or carry it with you. I'm sure it will protect you and your family. Let's finally go inside the Kinkakuji, or rather the Rokuonji. The temple grounds have one-way traffic only to avoid congestion, so be careful. You can't go back to the Sheridan or Golden Pavilion to take photos again once you go past. Okay? Now let's go!